Right then, hello and welcome to another one-off. Today we're having a look at Ragtag Racing. It was published by Haphazard Studios, which are the same studios that created Super Dirt Racers, which I've done a one-off of as well. They sent me a key for this on Keymailer. It's just a review copy. Premise of this little arcade racer is that you have 15 tracks. You can progress through them by coming in the top 3. Anything less and you have to restart the race again. And you have to complete the races before you run out of fuel. Now, that may not sound too difficult, but some of the races later on are quite long, well, not long as in laps-wise, but the tracks are actually long itself, and you can actually run out of fuel before the race ends. So, we'll get into it anyway. It's going to be a one-off. This is going to be a very short series, just a one-video series. There's a few little bugs that I've found, or things that could be improved on, so I will get into that in a minute. So you can select the tracks that you can race on. You have bronze, silver and gold tracks, and you can just select which ones you want to do by pressing the left arrow. We're going to start with the bronze though, and it automatically progresses through silver and gold as you carry on. And you have a selection of cars as well, which are spinning a little bit too fast for my liking. That should be slowed down a little bit. I think this is like early beta release anyway, so things should be improved. It's not on early access on Steam, but you know, it's not been out long. So yeah, you have a selection of cars to choose from. We're just going to go for the usual. I think we're going to go for a blue and white. And the controls, as you'll see, it has a controller there, but the controller doesn't actually work. It can't pick up any of the key bindings at all, so we're going to have to use a keyboard for this. Very minimalistic controls. You got forward, stop, left, right, and you can change the camera, add a mirror if you want, pause the game, reverse and boost with control and space if you so desire. So yeah, you do get a weird flickering. It goes back to like your desktop every time you come out of a controls or your settings or anything like that, which is a little bit odd. The settings, again, they're very minimalistic, and you do have this lovely piano-esque music in the background. This is Scott Joplin, of course, the entertainer. We're going to keep it on 2 laps, and we're going to put the difficulty down to easy just for the purpose of this video. You do have multiple difficulties, though. It goes up to beta, which I haven't tried. I'm not likely to. Graphics is on ultra by default. It really isn't, you know, a high-looking, graphically looking game. I will get my words right in a minute. You can reset your high scores, which I've done, and yeah, it goes straight back to the menu. So yeah, let's get started then, shall we? Unfortunately, the mouse cursor is always on the screen, so I have to keep putting it on the side. And away we go then. So, like I said, there's 10 cars on the grid, and the premise is you have to make it into the top 3 to progress into the next circuit. Which I've tried it on medium, and it was pretty simple, except for the fuel. You don't have much fuel on the later circuits, so you do get more fuel as you progress through each of the races. However, if you restart a race, the fuel goes back down to the default, which is a bit of a pain. So, like I said, only 15 circuits, and it's only going to be a 2-lapper event. You can take a few shortcuts as well, like here. Oh, and you can get wrecked as well by some of the other AI. The AI are a little bit on the aggressive side, I must admit. I think I'm going to actually have to redo this race again, because I'm not going to make it into the top 3. I'm going to be 4th. So to do that, you just press pause and then restart the race. So there you go. Cameras, there's only 2 cameras to choose from. You've got the in-car camera, or you got the chase cam, which is more like a helicopter cam. One thing that I would change on this camera view is that it's pointing down a little bit too much. You want to angle the camera just slightly higher so you can see a bit what's going on. It sort of looks like you're making your neck a bit crooked by looking down. So if this game is going to be updated at any point, the camera angle on this view should be angled up just a smidge, just so that it's, again, it doesn't look like that you're peering downwards. You do have a mirror as well if you press M. Not really much use, to be honest. Because once you get into the lead, you know, it's very hard for you to lose the lead unless you wreck. So we're not going to bother with the mirror. The aggressiveness of the CPU opponents as well, though, is quite high, to be fair. But there you go, that is race number 1 complete. Congratulations, you've got first place. So yeah, you go straight to the next track, and they give you a bit of extra fuel. You see us at 173. But if you, for the purpose of this, if you restart the race, it goes back down to 115 again. On medium difficulty, the fuel is capped at 100, and then it goes up a little bit during each of the races you progress through. On easy, it's at 115. I'm not sure about the other difficulties. It's probably down to like 50 or so. Another track you can take a couple of shortcuts on. Come on, get out of the way. So yeah, I mean, this is not a bad, fun little game. It's, again, it's one of those games where you can play if you're waiting for something to download, or you're just trying to kill time, really. The flashing red lights, that's the brakes of the opponents. You do have brakes, but you really don't need to use them. The car slows itself down with when you scrub off speed going around corners, so you don't really need to use the brake. There you go, just take a little shortcut. They sound very much like go-karts. And there we go. Congratulations, finish second. It doesn't really matter what position you finish as long as it's in the top 3. So as you can see, our fuel is at 170 again. And off we go. Another thing... excuse me. Frog in my throat. Another thing I would change if the devs actually look at this video would be the smoke. There is an awful lot of smoke and it is very opaque. You might want to change the transparency of that just a little bit, because too much smoke and it does affect the frame rate. It hasn't affected the frame rate on my system at all, but other people's it may affect the frame rate just a little bit, so you might want to tone the smoke down just a smidge. Oh, and I've come a cropper. Thanks for that. There's no reset car button, I've noticed. I got stuck while testing this earlier with the car on its side, and I couldn't actually reset the car back onto its wheels, so I think a reset vehicle option would be very welcoming as well. But yeah, I mean, this is not a bad game. The graphics remind me of... there was a game on the Atari Jaguar that I used to have called Checkered Flag. And the graphics look very similar to this. The only problem is with the Atari Jaguar is that you're getting about 1 frame every 3 weeks. It was that bad. But yeah, and there you go. Race done. Finishing second. Don't worry about that. Fuel goes up to 192. Yeah, I'll have to try and... Well, I don't have the Jaguar anymore. That was sold long ago. But we used to have a load of games on there. We used to have Alien vs Predator. We had Syndicate Wars. Or not Syndicate Wars, just Syndicate. Which was great fun as well. Checkered Flag, obviously. We had... Oh, you swine. We had a bike game on there as well. I can't remember what the name of it was. That was quite fun as well. The only thing about the Jaguar, though, was the controller. My word, you thought the first edition of the Xbox controller was bad. The Atari Jaguar controller, my word, it was like holding a breeze block with tiny little hands. It was that bad. Right, final lap. As long as we can make it into the top 3, that's all that matters. Get out of the way, please. Into 4th. Oh, they've just taken each other out. Cool, so I'm just going to boost me up into 2nd. We should have done. Yep, in 2nd. Good. Leader is just there. I'll have to try and find a... I don't know if there is an emulator for the Atari Jaguar. I'll have to try and hunt one down if there is one that works. So I would like to relive some of the older games like Alien vs Predator or Checkered Flag, because Checkered Flag, it was such a bad game. Right, there we go, we get another victory, and our fuel goes up to 217. Off we go. Alien vs Predator was awesome though. I mean, I wasn't very good at it, but you could either be the Marine, the Alien, or the Predator, and they all had their own little campaigns. I think the only campaign I completed was the Predator, because he had these blade discs, like little frisbees that you could fire out at the Marines and the Aliens, and yeah, it would kill them straight away. It was actually a really good fun game. Go on, get out of the way. And the Marines, whenever you hit them with one of those little blade discs, they always go, "Ah!" And they always make the same noise, whatever you kill them with. Very spooky as well. If you were at the Marine and you were doing the Alien levels, my word, the atmosphere on that game was really, really spooky. I remember you had Doom as well on the Jaguar, and that one was absolutely awful. The frames on there were just really terrible. But there we go, congratulations, you have completed the series. So we've completed the Bronze series. And then you go to the next race and it'll take you straight into the Silver series. So 5 races down, 10 to go. Our fuel is now up to 225, but that does deplete. Oh, and there's a pile up at the start already, which is good. We're going to cut the corner a little bit. He's weaving back and forth. So yeah, I think besides the small little niggling gremlins that I've noticed on this game, it's not too bad. I mean, besides the controller not being able to be used, and you have to use the keyboard, yeah, it's not a bad little game. Any of these games, you know, they're not bad. They're little time killers, and it's very cheap as well. I think this game is only 99 pence on Steam, and that is not on sale. That is just the base price. So, yeah, you know, I highly recommend, if you like little games like this, if you want to add to your racing collection, then yeah, by all means, pick this game up. It's a fun little time killer. While you're waiting 10 years for something bigger to download, and around we go. Now, if you press space as well, you are given a boost, but it doesn't really work that well. So I never use the boost. I will demonstrate it here, though. So it's sort of like a slingshot effect, but it takes a lot of your fuel, so I never really use it. Well, I'm already up into 4th. I should be able to catch up to the 3 up ahead. I like how it looks like they're drafting. Oh, and again, just going off a little bit. Oh, they've come together. Good. I'm up into 2nd. Hallelujah. Oh, nice figure of 8. Oh, we're in the lead. Nice. Another thing as well is that the brakes don't actually work. If you press a brake, the car just carries on going at its regular pace. See, it doesn't slow down as much as it should. There we go, we get another victory. Our fuel is still at 225. I think that's capped at 225. I could be mistaken, but I don't think I am. Look at our score though, 33,000. Oh, okay. He's doing a headstand or handstand or whatever. Alright, let's get past these, shall we? No, come on. Don't want to panic too much. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, no, slow it down. Oh, you swine. That's alright. Still in 4th. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that is the problem with the AI. They don't actually know how to brake. They just ram straight into you. So we're in 5th. This isn't good. I think we're actually going to have to restart this race and go back to our base fuel of 115. And yes, we are. Oh, well, that's a shame. Yeah, and you get... I think that's a dev team just laughing. Or it could be stock sounds, but there you go. So our fuel is back down to 115 again. Which is a bit naff, but oh well. Right, let's try again this time without crashing. Or without getting collected in other people's misfortunes. That's better. Already in lead. Oh, the handling isn't great at top speed. And that is your first lap complete. Oh. When you do press a brake, it takes a little while for it to kick in, but it's like the brake bias is set to the rear. Very strange. Oh, a few cars are getting collected. It's alright. Cut the corner. And we get another victory. And we still got 50 odd fuel remaining. There we go. 169 fuel. Nice. Off we go. Yeah, that smoke is a little bit too much. There we go. Just dive up the inside. Take the lead. Now, some of these track layers are actually quite unique as well. They got a lot of camber to them. And you do get the crossovers as well, like the figure of 8 style. You know, it's rather unique. That is 1 lap done. 1 to go. There you go. I was actually pressing the brake there to get around turn 1, but the brakes just didn't work. Will we be collected during the crossover? No. Oh, yes, we were. But that's fine. And there we go, another race complete and another victory. That'll boost our fuel up even more. Next race, please. 207. Go. A lot of argy-bargy at the start. Oh, get off. Well, that's unfortunate. It's alright, they're all crashing into each other here, so I can get past, get back into 4th. Oh. That would have been disastrous if I whacked into him, because my car would have gone flying. Come back here, 3rd place. Know your master. Get out of the way. There you go. Use a bit of our boost. The brakes, they do nothing. Hopefully we won't get taken out. Nope. Plenty of space. Yeah, that's my problem when I was saying about the, oh, you git. About the camera angle and how it's pointed down a bit too much, because when you're going over the cambered sections, you can't really tell where you're supposed to be going because the camera is pointing down a bit too much. And there we go, just scraped through by getting 3rd. And there we go, that is the Silver Series done, so 5 races left to go. And our fuel now is at 160. And off we go. Now these are the tracks that are a little bit on the longer side. Not this one, but some of the others coming up in particular. And you've got to be careful with some of the corners that you try and cut. It will not count your laps, so you will end up getting a last place because you don't actually finish the race. Which is a shame, but there you go. Oops. Oh. Oh my word, come on. Oh, push me around. Nope. Yeah, get out of it. How dare you? Oh, that's not good. Just about got away with that. I hope me going on the grass didn't actually cut or claim I'd cut the corner. So I jolly well didn't. Get back to you. Catch up to the leader, please. Yeah, I think had the controller worked, it would be a lot more enjoyable. I mean, this game is... I wouldn't say it's not enjoyable, because it is, you know. But, I mean, if you had the controller working, you would have had a bit more sense of control with the cars rather than just using the arrow keys. Or WASD, if you so choose. There you go. Our fuel is at 180, so... not as much as it should be. Or could be, I should say. Get out of the way. But yeah, during the testing of this game, I actually did get through to the last race in this class. And I was on medium difficulty, so the fuel was stuck at 100 because I had to restart it a few times. And yeah, 100 fuel isn't enough to actually complete the race. You run out halfway through lap 2. So yeah, that was a bit of a shame. So if you do actually restart the race while on medium difficulty, then there's no way that you're actually going to be able to complete the last event, because the track is too long. Not having any difficulties on this one, no. Oh, cut the corner a little bit. No, no you don't. Almost at the end. We got a massive lead as well, which is great. That'll give us even more fuel. And there we go. Lovely. Okie doke. I think this is the penultimate race. I haven't really been keeping count. And away we go. Oh, and they're going crazy. Yeah, so the race after this one was the one I couldn't actually get past because of my fuel problems. So like I said, that is why, just for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to keep it on easy difficulty. Oh, this corner, I remember this one, caught me out before. It bloody well did again. Get out the way. Oh, he spun it. Good. It's a good thing about the off-cambered corners is that the AI do actually spin and make mistakes. And we still got plenty of fuel, so we should be able to make the last race and complete the last race. Slow it down enough. There we go. And race is won. Another victory. Hooray. Lovely. And yes, this was the one I think that I got stuck on. Off we go. I think it is anyway. I might be wrong. Am I wrong? Yes, I am wrong. So this is the penultimate race then, I guess. No one in the grandstands, so they're keeping to social distancing. Always nice to see. Oh, you git. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, there's a lot of scenery that you really can't look at because the camera is pointing down too much. So that's what I mean. If the camera was pointing up just a smidge, you'd be able to see more of the on-track or side of the track details that you miss because you can't see any of it. Granted, you know, it's only polygons and this, that and the other, but it would be nice to see more of what's going on around you. And that is another race victory. Okay, so this race coming up is the one that I could not get past because my fuel kept running out. So, yeah, I got plenty of fuel this time now, so it shouldn't be a problem. So, last race, and away we go. Oh, no you don't. Get out of the way, please. Dive up the inside of you, take second. Try and catch the leader if we can. Slowly gaining. And there we go. So yeah, you can already see the fuel depleting already down to 180. I think by about this point during the test, I think I was already below 50. So I had no chance of actually gaining any more fuel. Oh, and that just happened. Yeah, so like I said, you can crash your car. Luckily, we didn't actually lose too much time, as we just gained the lead back again. Around the carousel. So yeah, I don't know what happens after you complete this race, because I've never completed it yet. I bet it just kicks us back to the menu and says, congratulations, you've won the gold trophy on gold, and that's it. It doesn't save your score on the, where it shows how many races are in the bronze, silver and gold category. It doesn't actually save your score. Not sure if it was actually intended to or not, but... Oh, a little bit of air, and yay! We completed the race. You finished first. Congratulations, you have finished Ragtag Racing. Oh, there you go. So, that is it. That is Ragtag Racing. So, I'm assuming if you start again, yeah, it just takes you back to track number 1. So, there we go. We completed Ragtag Racing in one sitting. That was quite exciting, wasn't it? Yeah, it's not even, you know, as pre-release build or pre-version 1, so it's only version 0.75. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a fun little time killer, and hopefully I'll see more of this updated in the future. But yeah, for now, that is Ragtag Racing. Go and check it out for yourself. Like I said, it's only 99 pence on Steam, so it's very, very cheap. And yeah, there's not really much more to say about it, really. So I'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I'll see you next time for another one-off. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.